Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the last panel of the day. Boo, yeah. Welcome to the game stage. We have a great finish to today. Behind our big wall here, we have Capcom's UK Community Manager, Neil Gorton. Can we get a round of applause for him coming on stage, please? He's even got his own intro music. There you go. You have that one, my friend. Yes, we'll just get some audio on Neil's mic, please, folks. Hello, can you speak?
Sorry, is that any better? Is it coming?
Is that better? A bit louder? Louder? Louder!
Louder. More audio.
No, Neil's mic.
My mic. How about now, Tam?
Neil's mic.
Come on, boys. We can
It's
do this.
T1.
Definitely do this.
T1, yeah. Try now.
Show business. Does
Show
it work?
business.
It works.
Show business.
I have a good feeling about this mic.
Okay. Right. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Can everyone hear him?
No.
This is good. We're going to change headsets. We'll change headsets.
Oh, we're changing headsets. Sorry.
I'll sing and dance while he's changing his headset.
Please do.
Any requests? No, good, thank God. You're all better off for not requesting anything. I can't hear you. On purpose. We'll be right back. Ooh. These headsets are a pain. I might just get Rich on stage to hold a stick mic. Yeah. Rich, come on stage. Come on, join us. Grab a stick mic. Let's just do this. Old school.
1, 2.
Yeah, there we go. We're going to go a different way, Tama. It's better audio. I'll get you a seat. So you just hold that so Neil can speak in the mic and stuff.
Ah, okay. Holding his mic up.
Tam, screw it. We've got a stick mic.
Turn up T2.
T2. Working now? Is it working now? Everyone hear this? Thank you very much, everyone. All right, it seems we've got a mic.
Okay, Rich, we don't need you, no.
Sorry, Rich.
Take two.
Take two.
Neil Gorton.
Hey! Thank you all for coming and sticking around.
Yes, we apologise for the late delay. It's technology.
I apologise for nothing. It's all down to you.
How dare you?
How dare you? Is there actually anyone in Resi cosplay? I saw a Resident Evil shirt there. Thank you very much. Or is it all? It's like a sea of Pikachus.
Any Resi cosplay? Another one down here as well on the front. The
Very
t-shirt.
good. Very good. Thank you very much.
One at the back, our cameraman. Oh no, that's not cosplay. That's how he dresses.
That's some Barry Burton.
Anybody
chic.
else? Right. So first things first.
First things first.
Let's take it back a game. And for those who might not have played it or need a recap, just recap Revelations. I don't want to call it one. The first Revelations game.
Revelations 1. Well, you're coming at this from a slightly different angle. Allow me to take this step in a slightly different direction. Okay. All right. So Resident Evil Revelations 2 represents a bit of a turning point in Capcom. I'm assuming you're all Resident Evil fans, and that is why you're here. So it's quite an exciting time to be me in my job as a community manager, because what's happening is the Capcom producers are really starting to listen to all the feedback that you give me. And the result of that is there's two messages going back to Capcom Japan. One is they want to see things go back to how it was at the start with Resident Evil, which is why next year you've got the 2015 version of Resident Evil coming back. And the other thing that people keep asking for is a return to survival horror. And that is why we decided to go with Resident Evil Revelations 2. The first one was really popular. It had Chris and Jill. This one sees a returning fan favorite, Claire Redfield. It's been a little while since we've seen Claire, so she's a bit older, a bit wiser now. Any Claire Redfield fans? Good move for Claire. Good move for Claire. What's really got me excited is it features the daughter of Resident Evil legend Barry Burton.
Good old Barry.
Good old Barry.
Everyone loves Barry, right?
An even bigger whoop for Barry. I got to admit, like, I'm a Capcom fan first, but Barry Burton is the character that my go-to character, favorite Capcom character ever. So I'm very happy that the Burton lineage is represented in this game in the form of Moira.
Okay, so set up this game then in terms of plot. I mean,
All
and where we're going to start. So,
all right, well, as you all seem to be familiar with Claire, this won't come as a surprise that she is awakened to find herself trapped in a prison cell, which always seems to happen to Claire. She has a particularly bad luck of run with being trapped in things. So she's just joined up with TerraSave, which is an anti-terrorist organization. Barry's working for them as well. That's how she knows Moira. And unfortunately, they get themselves kidnapped and wake up in a strange and dilapidated prison, and that's where we join the action.
video games, right?
Video games.
Video games. Should we kick things off?
We're going to try, and you're going to have to excuse me if I put it onto like the really cowardly settings, because I don't want to die in front of all of you people and on live stream. So let me go with casual now.
Ooh. Say, look at that.
I'll take it, but then when I die on casual, you'll get to heckle me even more.
So, in terms of like, how does it control compared to the first Revelations? Very similar?
Yeah, it's more sort of like the modern controls. It's not the tank controls of the classic Resident Evil. You do have that option on the 2015 version. You can do like the old school tank controls. It's all got locked off camera. This one's a bit more of a modern adaptation to what the gaming public are more used to just now.
Okay, then let's kick things off then.
Sorry, I didn't even see the next button prompt. I was that excited. So here's Claire. Here
Hi,
she
Claire.
is. And there's Moira in the background. I should forewarn you, if there's anyone young in the audience, Moira has a bit of a potty mouth. So there will be a few swear words coming through.
I'm sure we're okay with that.
All right, let me get myself reacquainted. Reacquainted with Claire. All right, so this is a special demo created for, I think it was New York Comic Con this first went out in. So this isn't quite how it plays out in the game from what I've seen, but as you can tell, it's a bit of a grim place.
Lots of blood, bit dilapidated.
Lots of blood. Here's the door. Can't go through it, so the first thing we need is the medical ward key. So down we go. Not a nice place to be, clearly.
What kind of whack job would...
What kind of whack job would?
This is not okay.
So yeah, not a cool place to find yourself. This guard here has some keys, which I think we're going to need.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Here.
Almost steady. Okay.
Almost got it. No!
I hate it when that happens.
Oh, it always happens, right?
I know when you wake up in abandoned prisons, that always happens to you.
Usually it's a lot worse.
It is a lot worse. So you'll see here the security cameras, which should follow me. And that is a reoccurring theme in Revelations 2, that evil is watching is the tagline. So you're going to have lots of cutscenes where you're being watched from these security cameras.
And you get those different views then, like you just saw.
Exactly. So yeah, not a nice place to be at all.
Look at that next-gen lighting.
Look at it. Breathe it in.
I think we should turn the lights down. Can we turn the lights down on the crowd? Make it a little bit darker. They're not listening. They're not listening.
They're not listening. It's fine. We got ourselves in the audience. So yeah, clearly this was a hospital wing at some point, but something's gone very wrong.
It always does. It always seems to go wrong.
Always seems to go wrong. Sorry, Moira. So down we go.
All right, we made it. Key's over there. Ugh, this place reeks.
You can tell she's a teenager because she
Yeah.
uses the word reeks.
I haven't used the word reeks in a long time.
Yeah.
I'm going to start to now, then.
Should do.
Shit, what's that sound?
So here's the guy we released. Checking for keys.
The key's gone.
Are you gonna use that?
It's more reliable than in person.
If you say so.
The key must have shook loose when the body fell. It could be anywhere. It's too dark to see. Shine the light around.
So this is the start of the local co-op. You'll be computer assisted throughout the game by your partner, but if there's two of you playing, you can do local co-op. So one can go Moira, one can go Claire. And
So just local co-op or online? Just local.
local for just now.
Back to the old school.
Back to the old school. So Claire is, as you can see, is particularly averse to having that shined in her face. She's not a fan. So part of Moira's special abilities is she's not really down with guns, but she does have this torch which she can shine to blind enemies. It'll also reveal like hidden objects as well. So to save us a bit of time, I know the key's up here.
I see the key. It's out of reach. Let me try shooting it down.
All right, so back to Claire.
So since this is old school Resident Evil, can we expect lots of puzzles and things like that?
There are, yeah. Oh, here we go. That would be the Afflicted. So this is our new enemy type.
Run!
Here comes more of them. We're going to need more ammo.
Moira, get up here, hurry!
Nice.
Thanks, I was proud of that. So Moira's out of there. I'll have another check in that room. So the Afflicted, unlike what you'd think of Resident Evil, they're not zombies. These are poor unfortunates that have been trapped on this island and experimented on to like the point of madness.
So I can assume that they can move a lot quicker.
Move a lot
human-like.
quicker, a lot smarter. They'll use tactics against you.
More warped.
War warps. Alright, definitely time to get out of here.
Let's double back and try the key.
What's that? What's that?
I don't think there's no winners in this scenario, is there? Like, it's either
No.
going to be blood or poo, isn't it? Either way, I'm not jumping in it.
I can assume that ammo is just as scarce as well.
Ammo's pretty scarce, yeah. There's an abundance of it with this being like a demo. Uh-oh. That's right, for the record, I did miss twice, wasting ammo there. Herbs are back, obviously. Can't have a Resident Evil game without herbs. Alright, let's beat a retreat back the way we came.
So the objective is just to escape at this point, right?
For this part, it's just to escape. It's going to be again, we're trying out like things that I know that music's really off-putting and tense. I'm sorry if that's freaking anyone out. So we're trying out things to see what people make of them. Like Resident Evil will be available just as Resident Evil was. This one, however, is going to come in like downloadable packages. So once we kick it off, it's going to be 4 episodes. They're all going to be about 2 to 3 hours long. And you have the option to just download them every week, or you know, if you're still not sure, download the first one, see what you make of it. It's going to be about €5.99, so that's about a $5. So a $5 for about 2 to 3 hours of Resident Evil. See what you think of it.
It's cheaper than the cinema.
It is cheaper than the cinema, and so I'll take that.
You need a gun too, Moira.
No, I really, really don't. Sorry. I don't do firearms. Not after what happened.
So there's something that happened in Moira's
sorry.
past with a gun
I forgot.
that isn't revealed in this demo that I
Maybe
really
we can
want to
find
know.
you something else.
Sure, we're going to find
No,
out
I'll
further
just
on in the game.
I'm
be on
sure we
flashlight
will.
duty or something. It's fine.
So here we've got a bit more of
So in terms of episodes, you're just talking about
I
then
think there's
4
something
planned
shiny
so
there.
far, right? I
I
mean,
can't make it out.
4 episodes
Let me
planned
hit it
so
with a
far, so
question.
it's not going to be like things like The Walking Dead where you don't know when the next part's going to come. Once we kick off, it's going to be like 1 a week. There we go. Some handgun ammo for Claire.
so like a proper TV show.
Yeah, that's the sort of vibe we want to get from it. We want people to like
Blunt weapon.
play the first episode,
do
talk
blunt
about it with
weapons.
their mates, then they've not got long to wait until the next one comes out. I'll try that out. She might not do guns, but she can batter people. If Claire knocks someone over or shoots them in the foot, slows them down, Moira's more than happy to just like give them a bonk on the head with that crowbar.
And you save ammo when you're smashing crates as well.
Indeed.
And she can do that.
And she can do that, which is also very handy. Let's switch back to Claire.
There's this kind of eco filter, the one that's weaker that you feel like you've got to protect her. Was that what they were going for?
I think what they thought was a really interesting dynamic is that everyone that's used to Resident Evil in the past and used to like Claire Redfield here last played a game when she was Moira's age. So they've thought the dynamic of like having Claire being the older one now and looking after someone who was her age then after she'd gone through it. Oh crumbs. Would be like more interesting to see. I should maybe let one of those guys batter me, shouldn't I? Just so you can
let's
see.
see what happens.
I'm not giving the inflicted much of a chance here because I put it on easy mode. But no, those guys can like jump up and get you. They've all got like different attacks.
So what happens if one goes down? Can the other one revive them? Or is it?
And no, they tend to work on the goal of just like beating you up. But yeah, oh sorry, I mean you like Claire and Moira. Yeah, you can like revive each other if that happens, but the afflicted are so fast and nasty, you're not going to have much of a chance to.
Okay. One's down, the other one's going as well.
Really in your best interest to look after each other. Daylight? Is it freedom? You should be so lucky.
Never.
Yet more trouble.
What? Who the fuck is quoting poetry?
Are you afraid? You can tell me. Talk to me.
What are you talking about?
Those bracelets change color in response to fear.
And who exactly are you?
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. We got a little clip of like the next time on Resident Evil. I hope.
That's
Fine.
the disembodied voice, the mysterious voice, right?
That was very mysterious. Yeah, the voice that brings you evil is
Next
watching.
time on Revelations 2.
Hey, Claire!
Moira. Where have I been taken?
Oh, Claire, I just want to go home.
So much suffering. You don't even know what to be afraid of yet.
Please, send help! Who are you?
So there we go. Every week's going to have that cliffhanger. So hopefully you'll want to come back for more.
There you go.
There we go.
That's
and that-
Revelations 2, folks. Right.
Thank you very much.
We'll take some questions, are you now?
Yeah, keep them relatively general.
We've got something else to give out as well,
You
right?
have got something to give out.
What are these?
I came back from my holiday this week to find these sitting on my desk all the way from Japan. They appear to be some sort of like coin purse that has the Resident Evil 2 eye inside. I don't know what sort of a fashion statement it makes, but it does come all the way from Japan, and Japan's the only place you can get them,
There
so
you go.
they're better off in your hands than they are in mine.
They've even got Japanese writing on the back.
They do, so that's where you know it's official.
Should we give them out to people that ask questions, or should we just mix it up?
Sure, mix it up. Mix it up.
Let's give a few out, and then we'll save the rest and just
All right.
throw them. Okay, I'm going to venture into the crowd. Oh, wow, look at this. Lots of questions. All right, I'm going to venture back a little bit further. I'll come back, don't worry. Let's go here.
I'm Joe. In each Resident Evil, it seems like there's a different variation of virus. Can you tell us what type of one it is? And this one, because obviously Revelations was the T-Abyss virus. So is it a similar
Sorry,
one?
dude, just a second. We've got you very muted down there. I got something about a virus, and that's as much as I got. Sorry.
Okay.
Let's try that again.
What was the question? In all the previous Resident Evils, there's been a type of virus.
Yeah.
So is there a specific one to this one, a new strain, because it was the T virus?
That is a good question, actually. That is a very good question, because the Afflicted, as far as I understand it, and I've only seen so much of this game, don't seem to have been changed that much by a virus, so much as just being mutilated by bizarre surgery that makes them harder, faster, stronger. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of new virus inside, but I haven't seen any of that yet. We'll just have to see, and you'll just have to play. But thank you for your question.
Watch this space.
Watch this space.
Is this Resident Evil, is it going back to the zombie roots? And are there more famous characters coming back, like Chris or Leon or Wesker? I don't know.
You want Wesker to come back?
Please?
Does anyone else want Wesker to come back? I don't know, I thought lava and 2 rockets to the face was pretty much a bookend, but maybe not bookendish enough. So the question was, sorry, are there more reoccurring characters from Resi Past coming back? That's kind of interesting. Again, all I've seen at the moment is Claire and Moira. So I'm hoping we at least get like a family photo of Barry in there somewhere. As you can tell, like the Resi franchise is being sort of split in two, so half are working on the old game, half are working on ideas like this. And so maybe there might be more surprises in this one. I think we pretty much know what's coming in original Resident Evil. I know everyone back in Japan is really fond of the legacy that they've built, and they're really fond of those characters. So they're really interested in bringing back the characters that you want to see. Sorry if I'm just talking to this side of the room. I know you guys are here as well. If you really want to see a character make a comeback, like we used to get asked about Claire the most, which is why I feel that maybe she's become the star of this one. But if you have any fan favorites, please do let us know on like the Resi Facebook group, the Resi Twitter. Just keep in constant dialogue with us with who you'd like to see return. And you never know, hopefully in the future, yes, they will come back to us. Thank you very much for that, and that's a lovely cosplay you have on as well. Dan, where are you?
I'm
I
over
can't
this
see you
side now.
anymore.
I'm moving
Hey, Dan.
sides. Hey, how's it going? You got a question?
I got 2 questions.
2?
Yeah. 1, when does Resident Evil Revelations 2 take place? And 2, how old is Claire Redfield in this game?
Okay, so when does Resi take place? They
This
haven't
game
told me
specifically.
exactly where chronologically it fits. I'm going to assume just after, or maybe at the same time as Revelations 1. I don't have that concrete though. And how old was Claire was the second question.
Correct.
I believe she's meant to be about 10, 12 years after we last saw her. So that would make her about 36 in this one.
So it's very specific.
It's very specific, although I was just generalizing, but thank you very much for your question. Big Claire Redfield fan, I assume.
I'm gonna go down here. Hi, how's it going?
Hi, do you know
Hey.
if Shinji Mikami's coming back in the next like big Resident Evil game besides the spin-off?
You do that one for me, Dan?
Is Shinji coming back to Resident Evil? Mr.
Shinji Mikami. He
Yes.
seems to be quite busy at the moment. He seems to be tied up in other things. I don't know if there's a dialogue with him. Certainly we're very appreciative of all the work that he's done. But as far as I understand, we've got like a team of like young producers that have come up playing his game and admiring his work. I think we're always going to be very interested in what he does. He's a very clever man with a lot of clever things to say. But tied to the Resi franchise, not as far as I'm aware. I haven't heard anything to back that up, but we're certainly very appreciative of everything he's done. And these young guys, especially the team that's made like Resi 2, and I know the guys that are doing like Resi 1 are really chomping at the bit. They're long-term fans of him. So everything that he's passed down, I would like to keep that tradition going and maybe take it in some like direction that the new generation can go with as well. But he has made some really fine games. Thank you for your question.
Brilliant. I'm going to give these out to all the question people. They're good questions. I'm enjoying them. We're going to go to Batman down here. Sure, he had a prize of us today.
With Resident Evil Revelations 1, there was a lot of jump scares. Would you say there's going to be even more in Revelations 2?
So is that jump scares, sorry? So will there be like more jump scares like there was in Revelations 1? The first time that I played it, I've become a bit desensitized to this because I've done it a few times now. So like when the afflicted jump out, like the first time, it made me come back. So they're going for like stuff that will make you like jump in the night. So hopefully there'll be both kinds of horror, like those sudden shocks and that growing sense of dread of needing to get out of this place. So yes, I'm hoping for a few more jump scares myself because that's what really sets me off. Thank you very much for your question.
Right, we're in the middle.
Hey Neil.
Hey, how's it going?
It's great. MCM's great. A little question about the production values for Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Okay.
For the past few years since PlayStation 3 came out, Resident Evil has been improving on the production values, including the voice casting and audio. A little silly question before I ask it, but one, has the voice casting for Revelations 2 set in stone? And two, do we know the new voice actress for Claire Redfield?
Sorry, that's like, is the voice acting set in stone, and was there a voice actress for...
Yeah, who's a new voice actress for Claire Redfield?
For Claire, so will there be a
Do we
new...
know? Do we know?
Right, okay, so like we're talking about, is this like going to be like Alison Core? We're going back to Alison. Okay, so I did ask about this because I thought this was quite interesting. And I'm getting this information sort of third hand through Japanese, and my Japanese isn't great, so forgive me if I haven't translated this just right. As far as I understand, this is the voice they're going to go with Claire. The reason they haven't gone with Alison is, I know Alison is really dear to everyone's hearts as Claire Redfield, and I know everyone's really appreciative of the Claire Redfield that they've played, and us too. But like the thinking behind it is they want someone that can embody like an older woman, someone who's been through these experiences. So to like the producers, Alison's more like the younger Claire that we remember from the games before. Whereas this time, it's like the producers are going in I'm going to bring up a terrible example, but the producers are going in like a direction of they want sort of like a mature character that's lived through some of the horrific things. It's almost like, and this is a horrible example, so forgive me for this, it's like when a director or a producer gets to choose like a new James Bond, which doesn't fit to Resident Evil at all, but it's like they choose an actor that can like bring a certain set of nuances or something slightly new. I think that's the thinking they've gone through on this one. But it's certainly no disrespect to that actress. She's a wonderful actress, and I think we're all very appreciative of what she's done for Claire in the past. Thank you very much for that question.
We're this side now.
Where are you?
This
there
side.
You are, in
on
the
your
light.
right. Here we go.
Just the thing about the reference to Wesker, I think quite a few fans noticed that the rockets don't actually hit his face in the end of Resident Evil 5. They go past him. So knowing Wesker, he's probably still alive. But as far as the actual question I'm meaning to ask is, you said that it's based shortly after Resident Evil 5, roughly between Resi 5 and Resi 6. And obviously you can't really say too much about who's going to be coming into it. But it's kind of making me think that if Claire's there and Moira's there, we may see an appearance from possibly Barry or Jill. Because if Chris is busy doing Resident Evil 6, then he could possibly send Jill to come in and help. As you can probably guess, I'm a massive Jill fan. So I'm just wondering if she's going to make an appearance in the game. Or Barry.
Or Barry. So was that, is Jill or Barry going to come into this one? Sorry.
Yeah, kind of later on to help or like assist in the story, to help ending it.
I see, okay. All I can see is just your cowboy hat bobbing against the light. It's really, really weird. So is like Barry or Jill going to come in? I honestly don't know. I'm certainly rooting for Baza. That's going to be when I can kick up my feet and like be really happy. Although I will say, Moira certainly follows in her dad's footsteps with some of the lines that she comes out with. There is a line there that's like been cut already because it was just too Jill sandwichy. Just like, no one would actually say that. And we were a bit upset. We really wanted that line to stay in because it's that part of that Burton heritage. So I don't honestly know if there's going to be returning characters, but certainly Capcom Japan are listening really intently to what the fans want to see. So we may yet be surprised in Resident Evil 2, Revelations 2, but all I've seen is just this build. So unfortunately I can't give you an answer to that, but I certainly hope to see those characters in the future. Thank you very much, and that is an awesome hat.
Right, here we are.
Hi. In the demo just then, there seemed to be an awful lot of handgun ammo and resources. In the harder difficulties, do you have any idea if that'll change, if the ammo and resources will become more scarce? Because I think I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of fans that they do like the series in more in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so will there be like more ammo and resources available in the main game? It's a very good question, and again, that's part of what they've been listening to in terms of like, we want to see a return to survival horror. So they're very much aware of that, and they're very much aware of like how easy it can be. Like you saw me chickening out with the big shotgun because I'm frankly terrified of those afflicted things. I can't say it's not certainly set in stone, but I know that this demo is created specifically just so chumps like me don't run out of ammo. So throughout the proper game, it'll feel a lot more desperate, and you really have to conserve those ammo and learn how to do those headshots properly. Thank you very much for that question. Those are wonderful ears you have on.
We do have a bit of time left if you want to just boot it up and play it on hard for a bit.
But someone else can come up and do it.
How does that sound? Somebody want to come up and play it on hard? Or the hardest difficulty? Is that a yeah?
There's got to be someone who wants to play it on hard.
Okay, big hands. Big hands.
Big hands.
This gentleman here, come on. Come up and play it. On the hardest difficulty, we'll see how you get on.
Are we going to need a third chair? Are you coming with us?
Oh, I'll still wander. I've still got one of these left. I want to see how he gets on.
Hey man, how's it going?
Not bad yourself.
Good. What's your name?
James.
James, here you go, James.
What's
It's all
your name?
yours.
James.
James, welcome. So, yeah, we'll show Neil how to play it properly, right?
Please do. Please
no
do.
pressure.
I will point out you're the only member of the public that's played this outside of America yet. So no pressure. No pressure.
Normal. We're going for a hearty challenge.
We are.
Right, and while we're doing that, I guess we can take some more questions.
Just sticking with the knife. Ooh.
More questions, Neil? Yeah, you still good?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's go here.
Lately, there's been quite a resurgence in survival horror games, like with Outlast and Evil Within. Is there anything that your team's taken note of and that's helped influence make this Resident Evil better?
All right, I got the gist of it. There's been survival horror games recently, and are we going to take
Yeah, is there
lessons
anything
from...
the team's like taken note of that's good and they've put into their game to make Resident Evil better?
I think so that was like, can we take more from like survival horror games that are out just now and bring that in? I think that's a very good question, because I think for a long time like Resident Evil used to carry like the mantle of survival horror and maybe got a bit too complacent in that. Furious head nodding, okay. Based on that, we've been very much aware, certainly producers have been very much aware of looking at other stuff that's worked out there that maybe wasn't traditionally anything like a Resident Evil game like The Last of Us. So they're looking at the storytelling and the emotional tug of like The Last of Us, which is why I think you've got older Claire and a younger version of Claire of herself and like Moira. So just because at one time Capcom was considered the masters, that doesn't mean that we can't like learn. There's so much good survival horror out there, especially on like PCs as well. So I think Japan's always looking at the face of survival horror, and we certainly want to get back to being the kings of this. So hopefully this is a good step at becoming like the king of survival horror again. Thank you very much for your question.
Brilliant.
Hi, I've got two questions for you again. Whereabouts is this placed, this asylum or prison? And second question, like Resident Evil 6, if you walk past a character that's dead on the floor, do they still jump on you?
All right, can you do me the first question, Dan?
So, you have to remind me.
Right, whereabouts is it set?
Okay, the first question, where is it set?
Where? Or
yeah,
when?
where is this horrid prison.
All right, so this is so is it where or when?
Where? Raccoon City kind of
Where
thing?
is this
or-
set? So no, it's not in Raccoon City. This is a previously unseen location in Resident Evil. All we know about it, or all I know about it just now, is it's an abandoned medical testing facility on an island. So it is on a remote island, and some nasty stuff has went down in the lab.
Right.
And that's as much as I know at the moment, apart from all those weird cameras hanging about.
Okay, and part 2 was, if I remember rightly, it was in Resi 6, creatures on the floor came up and grabbed you. Even though they were dead, they got up and they grabbed you. Is that going to happen the same over here?
Oh, so when you knock something down and it'll get back up and attack you.
When you walk past it, it's dead on the floor. You can shoot it as many times as you want. You walk past it and it still jumps up and attacks you.
Right,
You've got nothing to do.
That was definitely a gun. You definitely used the gun there.
That really-
Right, so far, with the Afflicted, we're not going down the traditional zombie game or zombie route of where they will jump up and attack you. So far, all I've seen is these guys, and they're just constantly furious. It reminds me a bit of the Rage virus from 28 Days Later. So I don't think they have the foresight to set really particular cunning traps. They're always just going to be flat out trying to beat you up and take you down. But then again, this is all I've seen, so there may yet be some sneaky traps like that. But thank you, that was a good, well thought out question.
I'm just watching what's going on the screen. Uh-oh.
Go for the legs.
Oh, is he out of ammo as well? Oh.
Oofed. Just missed that steel pipe.
Uh-oh. He's got no ammo.
Get his hamstring.
Uh-oh. So yeah, as you
That
can
was
tell,
good
it's quite
though.
graphic.
That was good. That was good,
Yeah,
man.
that's
Let's give him
worth
a round of applause. He did a
applause.
lot better than I did.
Well done, well done.
Stick around after. I'll get your details. Yeah, we'll send you something for that. Yeah.
Brilliant,
Thanks for giving it a
brilliant.
shot. Thank you.
Well done, well done.
Cheers.
Right, another question.
Yeah, Resident Evil has been known for its ridiculous boss battles. So, are they coming back? Are they going to be huge, boggly-eyed monsters drooling everywhere, or is it going to be more down-tone kind of boss battles?
That is a very good question. So will there be huge, boggly-eyed creatures for boss battles again? I honestly don't know. And the impression I get is they're building up the tension with this whole constantly being watched psychological fear. So I'm not sure how that's going to progress into a... Not now, Guardians
Ignore
of the
them,
Galaxy.
ignore
We're
them.
talking about Resident Evil here.
So
Alright,
rude.
Theatre B for
It's
Guardians
so
of the
rude.
Galaxy, everyone. Theatre B. I honestly don't know the answer to that one. I hope to see something even weirder than the Afflicted. I mean, they seem in a bad way. I have seen scarier versions of them, but I can't go as far as to say boggly root monsters. I'm sure they're going to find amazing ways to gross you out, though. That I am sure of. But when it comes to boggly, we're just going to have to wait and see. But that's a very good question. Thank you for that.
Brilliant, now here we are.
I don't expect you to know, but I was wondering, do you think that possibly that battle mode might come back from Code Veronica?
Alright, sorry Dan, I can't hear that one. Sorry.
Battle mode might be back from Code Veronica if possible. I don't expect you to know, but I was just wondering if you think they might ever have a chance to come back.
If you change the combat, sorry, was it
Battle
sorry,
mode from Code
Battle
Veronica?
mode.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Again, it's one of those ones where I don't have a clear answer for it. I'm sorry, but you're obviously a fan of that mode. I think there will be plenty of surprises with it, but I haven't had that confirmed to me yet, so I can't give that to you. But thank you for expressing such a keen interest in that mode.
We have another question here.
So with the last couple of games, given more elements of sort of the original games and trying to incorporate more of the survival horror elements again, is that going to continue? And how did Capcom find trying to balance that with making a modern game while incorporating, elements from games that are, nearly 20 years old?
All right, I'm sorry, Dan. Can you give that one to me?
So how is Capcom making a more like modern game, but incorporating more elements of the original game?
Oh, okay. So like going
kind
back,
of
I think
pleasing both crowds, right?
Isn't that so? Where's the priority in balancing those two elements to try and please older fans, get newer fans, make a modern game that has those elements of the older ones as well?
See, I think what we're trying to do with this one is like go properly like. You're right, we're trying to appeal to like the best of both, but like the most resounding message we're getting through the community channels is you need to go back to your roots. So there's two ways to do that. These games will come out, they're both coming out in early 2015, so they're going to be watching really closely to see if people prefer like a straight up version of like the old Resident Evil, and that's something to think about because obviously we've got that back catalogue. Like, do people want the series to continue? Or do they want a sort of like Revelations that still incorporates the survival horror but maybe uses fixed camera angles and like tank controls? So I don't have a direct answer for that. All I know is they really want to go back to the roots. Survival horror is the most important thing to them just now. So they're going to look at what happens when both of these games release and see what people prefer and really concentrate on listening to the feedback. And that is going to determine what the future of Resident Evil is going to be. So it'll be up to you. You'll have to buy both and then tell me. And I insist that you do. Like, I cannot stress enough, like, since coming on board Capcom, like just before Resident Evil 6, a big part of my job is taking, like, every time you tweet to Capcom or Resident Evil, or every time you write on the Facebook, it's me. I mean, I've got my American colleagues as well, but like I'm the guy that like reads all that, and I do read absolutely everything. I can't respond to everything, but I have to take the feedback that everyone gives and then like properly send it to Japan in like a way that they can understand. So you guys are the ones shaping Resident Evil more than the guys in Japan. They want to know what you think, what you like, what you don't like, and that's exactly what they're waiting to hear. They really want to hear what you guys are thinking. If you're into Resident Evil 2, if you like it, if you didn't, that's like part of the reason of why they're going to do it in like such small increments, so you can have a little taste there and like see if you really like it or whether you prefer the original. So please do let us know what you think of the game, and we'll take it from there, and we'll do our very best to deliver on exactly what you want. But thank you for that question. That's a very, very good question.
Right, we've got time for two more questions. One over here and one over there. Question.
Hi, I have two things to ask. Thinking back to Resident Evil Revelations 1, there was like a few sort of cheesy B-movie lines that sort of picked back to the original Resident Evil 1 on the PS1. Is there sort of any way they might come back in this as well? And I was going to say as well, you see on Moira's t-shirt that it says like, as the world burns. Is that some kind of reference to the destruction of Raccoon City, even though it was meant to be a cover-up when it was blown up?
That is a very good question, especially about Moira's t-shirt. As far as I understand, it is related to something that's happened in-game. I'm waiting on clarification as to whether that's just a band that she likes that exists in the Resident Evil universe. I have asked this question to Japan and I'm waiting to hear back. Or whether it's a reference to Raccoon City. But it'd be really harsh, like wearing a conspiracy theory t-shirt and your dad's Barry Burton. That would suggest that like you're really angry at your dad, like Dad, you really let Raccoon City down. So I would be really curious to see how that plays out. I really want to know the answer to that question. I'm not sure which one I prefer. Well, what do you prefer?
Probably the conspiracy theory idea that she might be angry at Barry, that the whole secret might have gotten out as well, and she's disappointed at him.
Yeah, so there's something that's definitely happened in her past, like she's saying there about like she won't use guns after what's happened. I'm really interested to hear more about like Moira's relationship with Barry Burton, because to me Barry's a ledge and can do no wrong.
Yeah, same here.
I can't wait to like see like what's filled in the other part. Can you do, what was the other part?
Those are cheesy B-movie lines, right there. Are they going to make a return in Revelations 2, or were they just for Revelations 1?
So was it about the lines?
No, the cheesy B-movies.
Cheesy B-movie lines. Moira is absolutely chock full at the moment of like cheesy B-lines, to the extent that we're being asked to like remove some Burton-esque content from her. If you buy official PlayStation magazine this month, they have like a panel about a line that they've removed from this demo, and what you can do depending on how you feel about that. I am a Burton purist, so I want to keep the lines as cheesy as possible when it comes to Moira. So I hope there is a lot of cheese coming out of that girl, because the Burtonisms are really important to me, and that's essentially my favorite part of Resident Evil. Like, Jill Sandwich still makes me laugh. So I hope we get to keep plenty of cheese. It might be going in a serious survival horror tone, but I want to see that goofiness continue for like a knowing nod to the fans. Thank you very much for those questions. Those were excellent questions. Thank
Marvellous. We're over this side now for the last question. It's got to be a good one.
Do you know if we'll be seeing a return to like inventory management as a mechanic you actually have to deal with, or is it going to continue to be like pick up key, open door, pick up key, open door?
Can you do that one for me, Dan? I really need it blasted.
Inventory management. Is that returning, or is it more pick up key, open door? I mean, are you going to have to manage your inventory?
Ah, inventory management. Okay, so there is an inventory management screen on this. It's not like the sort of attaché case, as from what I've seen, but then this is only a demo build. I've had, all I've done literally so far is just mix herbs in Claire's inventory menu. And it's a very similar method for like passing ammo and stuff that Moira picks up to Claire. So I've not seen the attaché case, but I am aware that a lot of people really dig that. I have seen entire tumblers of the way people have like done Leon's case in 4. So if you're really into attaché cases, I will take that as my message from today and pass that back to Japan especially. Because I'm not kidding, like, it's the little details like that that really make the series, and if you're that passionate about attaché cases, I will certainly ask, and I will put it on a future like frequently asked questions that we do on the Resident Evil site. Thank you for asking.
Thank you very much. Can I get a huge round of applause from Neil, please?
Thank you very much to everyone that stuck around and sitting through the demo 1.5 times. I'm unaware whether this demo will be available to you by the time the game comes out, because we've got no more MCMs.
I know, right? Yeah.
I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be early 2015. Please pick it up. The first, you can either get it as a season pass, or you're going to be able to get the first one for like a $5 for you know, a good 2 to 3 hours worth of Revelations 2. Your feedback is so important to Resident Evil right now, and I really do mean that. And it's Muggins here that reads it all. So whatever your thoughts, as soon as you play it, or as soon as you see it marketed, if you have an opinion, just message that page. I will take it on board and feed it back to Japan, and hopefully between us all, we're going to just keep making awesome Resident Evil. So thank you very much for everyone that sat through this. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you, Neil. And we are back tomorrow with more Resident Evil. You're joining us on the stage?
I am joining. If you're about tomorrow, I am going to be on stage playing the 2015 version of Resident Evil, and I will be joined by a very, very special guest indeed, in the form of DC Douglas, who is better known as the voice of Wesker.
So Wesker is going to be playing Resident Evil 2015, well, HD 2015, tomorrow on this stage. We've got loads of other cool stuff. Sunset Overdrive, we have loads of great stuff, so do come by. Thank you very much for joining us. You've been great. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Cheers. Thank you.